Hello, Rakshit Shetty. Welcome to 10 Questions at Galata Plus. Are you a cat person or a dog person? You don't have to keep Charlie in mind when you say this.
I think I love cats more than dogs, for sure.
This is great publicity for your film, by the way.
I like cats because there is some mystery to them. Dogs are very unconditional love that I understand. But there is some mystery towards the cat, which is like I want to know them, kind of a feel.
That's a very directorial, writerly answer, you know. That's like, yeah, it is, because it's like, I'm attracted to the mystery, you know, that's kind of a thing. So
I look at most of the animals like that. I mean, see, in Ulidaru Kannada, I had written one song on the crows. Do they see the same colors? Do they see the skin behind the colors? And do they understand the characters the way we understand? And also in mythology, there comes one character called Kakabushundi, who supposedly has survived and seen Ramayana, Mahabharata happening thrice in 3 different yuga cycles. Why did that even thought come? You know, why did that character even come in mythology? Because there must be something, right? We don't know about. Right. I mean, we think that crows are like this, but we have never been crows to understand what the crows see or what they understand and what they know. So these kind of questions normally come to my mind. So,
which is the film that you would say changed, you know, like how Malayalam cinema has this whole thing called new gen cinema. Like, it's not a genre as such, because there are several genres, but there's one batch of films that's called new gen. If you were to trace back new gen, would Lucia be the first film that did it, or is it something before that?
I loved Shankar Nag films and Anant Nag sir's films, and obviously mythological films, all Dr. Rajkumar films I've watched.
You would say those are actually the start of the new gen Kannada cinema?
In the recent past, no. In the recent past, obviously it started from Lucia.
If you could choose one thing, only one thing, acting, writing, directing, which would it be? It cannot be all 3.
No. Now if you ask me, probably directing after writing. Because I have to write. I have to write if I have to direct.
No, you're getting somebody else's script. You can't do all 3.
Okay, then probably writer.
Do you like the term sandalwood? That is what people call the Kannada film industry, and it's always seemed very creepy to me. So.
I mean, I don't like any of the woods, to be frank. Hollywood is Hollywood, okay. You know, we should have our own identity, not inspired from somebody else. Among the names, what everybody has, I think sandalwood is a little closer to, because Karnataka was called Gandhada Gudi, the place where where sandalwood trees are grown. So that way, at least it is more connectable. But otherwise, still it's some wood. I think Kannada film industry is good. A better name, yeah.
Though now people are saying that we should call it the Indian film industry.
Yeah, actually that is the right thing to do. Right now, when good content is a global content, the whole country has to get together and name it as Indian film industry.
Right.
Or at least, okay. No, actually, Indian film industry.
At least what? Country?
North Indian film industry and South Indian film industry, probably. But no, actually, Indian film industry is a right word.
In one of our previous interviews, you'd mentioned that the book that really opened your eyes to screenwriting was My Story Can Beat Your Story. That was the book, right? If there is one lesson that you learned, the one biggest lesson that you learned, screenwriting lesson that you learned from that book, what would that be?
One is that, every character has an internal journey, one external journey, and a personal journey. So he needs these 3 objectives.
Right.
That's when, you start associating with the character and he becomes a hero. He divides it into, 4 parts, that journey. The first 30 minutes, that's the act 1. There, the character is a orphan. So every character, for you to associate with the character, he needs to be an orphan. And when I say orphan, it can be, not just him not having a parent. Orphan in any way.
You don't know the character, yeah.
In the Act 2A, in the next half an hour, he should be a wanderer. Basically, he knows his objective, but he's still learning, to reach where he has to reach. And the next half an hour, that is Act 2B, he has to be a warrior, where he has learned to, learn few things. Now he's trying to find certain success adopting it. And the last 30 minutes, he's become a martyr, where, he's ready to give up his life to achieve what he wants to achieve. The 4 phases of the character and the 3 main goals of the character. If you know this well, not in terms of formula, But in terms of you need to get inside the character and know these things, then your story is automatically, formed.
Let's take Avnesh Himmanarayana. Can you just break down 1, 2A, 2B? The orphan phase is when?
We made him a legend, where you don't know about him, you don't know about his past, you don't know where he comes from. If he is not an orphan, he has to be quirky, and you have to like him somehow.
Right.
In Avnesh Himmanarayana, we didn't make him an orphan. We made him a ghost character,
Right.
Who can consider him as an orphan because you don't know
Right.
his past.
Anyway,
and
orphan
things
is
like
not
that.
a literal orphan. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
But he's quirky enough that you will start liking him. And in this city, he's new. So in this city, he's an orphan.
Right.
Because everybody has someone, but he doesn't have anyone, and he's fighting against everyone. So next, he becomes a wanderer. He knows about the treasure which is hidden. He knows about the drama troupe now, and he knows that they are here. But he has to crack. He has to still crack it. So he's learned few things.
Right.
In the Act 2B, now he gets inside their team and starts, using the information what he has collected and trying to find out even more. Now he's become a warrior.
Right.
And in the final act, he becomes a martyr. He finds the treasure, but he's put inside the box, and then he has this realization. He comes out, and he knows that he might lose his life if he goes to the Abira camp. But then he takes that chance and gives up the treasure also. He takes the treasure also there to the Abira camp, and somehow saves them.
Right. That was actually fantastic. Thank you. But I think the trick is to kind of not make it, like you said, not make it look like a formula.
Correct.
So that every film doesn't look like this kind
Right.
of a,
So I believe that in writing there are two ways you can look at it. One is objective and one is subjective. I think this I have learned from Christopher Nolan's interview. But even otherwise, anything in life probably there is a masculine aspect and a feminine aspect to it. There's a logical brain and there's an intuitive brain. So a story also has to come from inside you, but you should know the structure so that. How do you, whatever comes from inside, I mean, whatever things comes from inside, you can write it for like 300 pages.
Right.
But if you know the structure, it is easier for you that where to draw your lines.
Right. So in SAPTA SAGARADAACHE YELLO, did you enjoy the putting on weight part or the losing weight part?
I have not lost weight yet.
You mean this is the extent of your weight gain?
This is 15 kilo plus.
You're not like one of those massive obese that it's not like that.
After that I have to do Richard Anthony. So what Hemant wanted was 15-20 kilos more. I've already gained that. 15 kilos I've gained.
So this is the look.
No, just before the release probably I'll put on another 5 kilos. Okay. Once I finish the promotions and stuff, because he won't bulge stomach and things like that. Losing weight I had already, because after Charlie, I directly went on to SAPTA SAGARADAACHE YELLO. So I maintained the same weight for that. Now I've put on weight. So before Richard Anthony, I have to lose weight. So that will be the challenge now.
If there is an older Kannada movie that you would like to remake, I know you don't like to do remakes, but if there is an older Kannada movie that you would like to remake, which one would it be?
I mean, I have few options. One is, I think, Accident from Shankar Nayak.
Yeah.
And another film which didn't work then quite well is Shanti Kranti, but that was an effort which probably Ravichandran sir made it then, and he went pan India right then only, because for the Tamil version he had got Rajnikant sir, for the Telugu version he had got Nagarjuna sir, and for Kannada and for the Hindi version Rajnikant sir only that part only would have dubbed there, and then he was making a Kannada version. So he had such big dreams in 80s, and few of the songs. So I might probably change the storyline, but the songs.
Hamsalekha, right?
Hamsalekha.
Yeah.
Beautiful songs. I think there are like 12 or 13 songs in the film, and every song is a hit. So that is something probably I would like to revisit.
Thinking of that, you've never really made a musical, right? It's like
you've
made movies with songs, but you've not made like that kind of a music.
The idea of Kirik Party was in a way that, in the sense of there are like 9 songs in the film, and every song tells you a story. Yeah. But we had a very constrained budget also for the film, so we couldn't shoot it like Premaloka or Shanti Kranti. I mean, if you're talking about musical something like Fiddler on the Roof, something like that. Not yet.
Okay. How do you resist creative corruption? In the sense that as you grow bigger, your market grows bigger, there is also going to be a whole bunch of people that come to you with a ton of money and say, make this movie for me, make that money for me. And you're human. One side of you is always going to kind of want, if nothing else, you could say, let me get this money and put it into PARAMVAH or something like that. But you know that on the set you're going to have a miserable time. You know, it's going to be a bad whatever it is, even if the movie becomes a hit. How would you handle that kind of situation?
See, money, I have made enough for me to survive. Where things are going, I'm sure, more than I intend to have, I'll get more than that. And whatever comes, knowing myself, I'll put everything to PARAMVAH only, so that I can make more films. As long as I have my home, and what else can you buy? Few cars. That's all. I mean, ultimately, you can't have anything more. And another 30-35 years down the line, I'm not there. I have to leave back everything and go. So what's the point ultimately? At least if I can leave good films behind, that will be remembered. After Simple Love Story, although I had big offers, when I wanted to make Ulidaru Kannante and my budget was 2 crores, I told myself that I can't afford myself in this film. So I, as a director, as an actor, everything put together, I put 1/5 of the remuneration what I was. Otherwise, I would have got offers from outside. Since I did that for myself, I had the guts to do it for other actors also. So I told them, this is what I can afford. If you want to be a part of the script, then please be. So that is something which I will follow in the future also.
Because you didn't go to film school, you learned a lot, or you were not an associate director, you learned a lot of stuff from international films. And I'm sure there are a lot of international films. But I want you to name maybe one film and that kind of really taught you a lot about staging and being a director and being a writer and all that kind of.
Pulp Fiction and Prestige. Screenplay wise, it's Prestige.
Yeah, it's a brilliant screenplay. Yeah.
The quirkiness, you can tell a story in 5 chapters and them all connecting together finally, and creating your own world. Characters who probably you have not seen in real life, but still you can associate. Okay, two friends can talk like that, but in that situation, that makes it more quirky. So these are a few things which I learned from those 2 films, which I carried forward even today.
Your favorite among all the PARAMVAH films is?
Among the PARAMVAH films, right now I think it is Garuda Gamana Vrishabhavana. Although we didn't produce it, we presented it. Otherwise, Kirik Party has its own, because it was a first film.
Kirik Party was PARAMVAH's first production?
First production. Today, whatever PARAMVAH is, that is because of that film. So that we have that sentiment towards it.
Yeah.
But Garuda Gamana is a classic which probably I would be proud of.
Great. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Pleasure being here.